My name is Andy Marchant. I am head of global product marketing at TomTom. I think the key aspects to consider before kind of going down this road are understanding your audience. How do people recognize you today? How do people see your business? And we did a lot of work in surveying different groups of people, from existing customers, existing consumers, to areas of markets and businesses that we were looking to penetrate further. So the developers, tech influencers, etc. We really wanted to understand how they saw the business today versus how we saw our business today. And as a business that started out very much in the consumer space and has transitioned more from consumer into B2B, not 100%, but the shift has changed. We really needed to understand how people perceived us. And it was very, very clear that the perception of the marketplace was still very much that TomTom was a consumer brand and was known for the devices that we brought to market, more than 10, 15, 20 years ago. That wasn't our perception because we see how our business has pivoted, but that's what we needed to address. I think during the rebranding, you've really got to keep in mind what it is you're trying to achieve. What is the message that you're trying to send and who are you trying to reach? And I think it's really challenging when you have a wide spectrum of markets, customer types, etc. Obviously, you built up a customer base and a kind of a heritage, and it's a real fine balance between retaining that, but equally appealing to a broader market perhaps, and a future market. And I think one of the other biggest things we probably didn't realize at the beginning is how many things you actually have to change when you do a rebranding exercise. From every comp slip to letterhead to email signature to back-end systems that have a logo on them. It's not just as simple as updating your website or perhaps putting a new logo on the outside of your building. There are a lot of things that you really don't know have your logo attached to them that really have to be updated. And that's what's inside your control. Anything that's outside of your control, that's already out in the internet, in the wide world, that's even more challenging to update. So I think the biggest thing we learned was don't try and do everything at once. Prioritize what are the important things where your brand is seen the most, things like your website, but don't try and change absolutely everything on day one. Have a plan in place that progressively will update assets based on their performance and their importance. Yeah, I think measuring output is difficult because sometimes it's subjective. I think we can definitely measure output by asking people, do they recognize change? Do they understand the new tone of voice? Do they understand new visions, missions? Because obviously rebranding isn't just about a logo. That's the visual part. Rebranding is about how you position yourself and how people recognize your business. So I think there's many areas in which you can measure it, and I think one of the key areas is hearing it back, so that people start to repeat back to you, or you start to see it written in different articles and different pieces, that your vision, mission, the values that you have as a business are then picked up and repeated back to you in different publications. I think to me, that's a good sign of success if people are starting to read it or hear it, but also understand it.